Okay, good afternoon, all of you. Thank you for being here. First, to show your compassion for what happened to Saint Barth. Secondly, to get some information for your own interest. As you know now, Saint Barth was hit by Hurricane Irma, which was classified 5, but in fact it could be 6, as the winds went up to 220 miles per hour, which is an historical record. Irma has devastated totally Barbuda, Saint Martin, and also Saint Thomas. These islands are not the same quality buildings than Saint Barth, and hopefully Saint Barth is in much better state than the other islands. Let me show you some photos. This is Ile-de-France Hotel, just after the hurricane. You may recognize the entrance. This is the pool of Ile-de-France and the restaurant of Ile-de-France just after the hurricane. For most of the locals, the night has been absolutely awful. In fact, they spent 2 days trying to barricade themselves because the hurricane was said to be very strong, but nobody could imagine it could be what it was. So everybody ran to the supermarket to buy water, food, to protect the house with wood and metal sheets, etc. But as you can see, this house, which was probably built in the 90s, has been totally devastated, and the inhabitants has nothing to live now. As you can see, this was a picture shoot during the eye of the cyclone. You can recognize Gustavia and one of the streets behind Bagatelle. This is just after 2 days after. You see, we woke up in the morning, it was a debris field. There were things everywhere. It was almost impossible to drive. It was like a battlefield. We woke up in the morning. It was like being in Raqqa in Syria. And I'm going to show you some pictures of... so this was what most of the people, or a great part of the people, had to suffer the day after when they came back to their home. During the night, a lot of roof went away. People tried to survive as they could, and those who lost the walls, the roof, etc., went to the neighbors who welcomed them. And thanks to the solidarity in Saint Barth, there was no people dead and no grave injury during this hurricane, which is a miracle because in the other islands it was very different. So as you can see, very modern houses are not so much damaged than old ones. Most of the time the concrete resisted very well, and what is damaged is the equipment of the villas. And we can say that probably today 70%, 80% of the villas in Saint Barth have been damaged by the Hurricane Irma. And the difficulty will be, of course, to have the contractors available to rebuild all this or to renovate after all these damages. So this is one of the streets of Gustavia just after. You recognize you are just behind Bagatelle. And this is the old house Choisy. This was what you could see in the street in Gustavia. So what is absolutely fantastic is the solidarity of the people in St. Barth. Immediately after the hurricane, they start cleaning the street. The local government made what was necessary to re-establish electricity, water. So today, part of St. Barth has already the electricity working. We think that we will need about 2 weeks more to re-establish fully the electricity in St. Barth.
That's all? Just 2 weeks?
Yeah, just 2 weeks. For the water, the water is going to be longer because too many things are damaged. And so it goes quite quickly. And we didn't put it, but yes, this is one image I showed just before leaving St. Barth, just for you to see St. Barth after the hurricane. Everything is brown, of course, because the vegetation is fully burnt by the salt and the sun. And you can see it's you have most of the houses which are remaining, but they are, for a lot of them, devastated or seriously damaged. So you are flying with trade wind, which has been very nice. You know, trade wind send plane to evacuate people. That's how I succeeded to come to try to assist the client with their insurance claim. And they did it for free with 2 planes going back and forth to Puerto Rico to help. So the locals are cleaning. I have some pictures of St. Barth just when I left to show you that life is coming back again like it was before. Of course, the reparations will take about 1 to 2 years, perhaps 3 years, but I think that in about 3 to 4 months from now, this vision of St. Barth destroyed will be for a big part of it totally changed. So what I would like to do with you today is first to bring you the information that you need in order to protect, defend your interests in front of the insurance companies. And secondly, for the one who wants to do something for St. Barth, to try to discuss about the helps that you can bring to St. Barth. So to start with your insurance claims, the disaster, of course, is so intense that the French government declared a state of natural disaster for St. Barth, which in fact is a very good thing for every of us, because first, it extends a period of time to present the claim. It's 10 days instead of 5, but the Federation of the Insurers says that they will agree to extend this period of time, and the French President Emmanuel Macron, who came yesterday to St. Barth, said that the deadline will be in October 15 instead of September 19. The decree is dated September 8. It was published September 9, so the legal deadline is September 19. The government promised that it will extend it to October 15, but I highly recommend you to don't take that risk, to don't trust the Federation of the Insurers, for a very simple reason, is that if you have to litigate because you disagree the amount of the compensation which is offered, you will have a debate regarding the validity of your claim. So don't take this risk, and please file your claim in the legal period of time, because that way you avoid any risk. The state of natural disaster engender for the insurance companies the obligation to pay a retainer within 2 months from the claim, and to have fully compensate the damages in a period of time of 3 months. This is good, and at the same time, it's risky for you. First, because the number of claims is going to be so important that the temptation for the insurance to, in fact, try to lower the maximum the compensation will be, in fact, a high temptation, a great temptation. Why? Because most of the people are a bit desperate. They are expecting the money to rebuild, and it's easy for the insurance to come and say, okay, tell me it's 100, but I disagree with this. I consider that this is too much, for this is too much. I'm going to offer you 30% or 40% of your claim. Secondly, in fact, I want to insist on one aspect of this difficult period of time, is the fact that Saint-Barth will suffer a period of time with a lack of housing for employees, for everybody. And we don't have all the contractors that we need to face a so big market of renovation. And most of the contractors have lost their employees in this hurricane because the people who don't have any house, they have to leave. And we have approximately between 800 and 1,000 people of the island who have no roof today. So the prices paid in the previous years to build or to renovate cannot be the reference for the renovations that we will have to make in the next months. Because most of the time you're going to have a contractor who will have to respond to many requests, and they will all increase the price to get the best offers they can. So the prices of renovation and construction will increase in the next months. And this will be a debate with the insurance companies. Second aspect of this is the indemnification is in fact fixed by the expert of the insurance. And most of the experts, they are not based in Saint-Barth, they are based in Guadeloupe. And in Guadeloupe, the prices are totally different than in Saint-Barth. In Saint-Barth, you know approximately how much it costs to build. It's between 600 and 1,000 per square feet. In Guadeloupe, it's probably 1/3 of this. So this is another aspect of the debate that we will have with the insurance companies. If you if you need this money because you need it to renovate or to rebuild, you know that you will get it in 3 months, which is very short. But it will be difficult to get 100% of it in the next 3 months, because the insurance companies will fix the compensation they estimate accurate for your case, and if you disagree, you will have to litigate. So, depending on your case, be prepared to litigate if it's needed in order to get a higher compensation. So how it's gonna work? You have to record your claim before September 19, included. Then the insurance will ask you to estimate your damages. So you have to detail what was damaged and how much it will cost to repair it. Then the insurance company will send an expert on site to see and to fix the indemnity to be paid. And if you agree, you will sign a transaction and you will get the money almost immediately. And if you disagree, it's going to be a litigation between you and the insurance company. We plan to use counter experts. We have contacted several counter experts in order to have, let's say, another point of view on each matter, because it's a right way to force the insurance companies to increase their compensation. So this is what you have to know about your claim. In order to simplify your understanding, we made a kind of summarize of what you have to know, and you will find this document at the entrance of this room, just on your left. If you want us to record your claim, we will need you to sign a power of attorney, just to simplify your this difficult transaction with the insurance company. We sent immediately 2 people in France to be able to send all the recommended letters to the insurance companies, because the insurance companies said you can present your claim by phone, by email, by letters, anyway. But if you don't send it by recommended letter, you take a risk, of course. Because if later they said that you never presented a claim, you are lost. So this is what you have to know about your future claim. If you have any question, please.
What about the franchise?
Yeah.
What about the franchise for the claim?
Oh, the franchise, there is no franchise, in fact. When it's not a professional premise which is damaged, the franchise is 380 euros. And when it's a professional premise, it's 10% of the compensation of the damages. But the president announced yesterday that they're going to take away the franchise in order to have a compensation from zero. So there is no problem.
And to use your services, how does it work?
We try, in fact, to offer the same thing for everybody. So to make something fair and easy for all. So if we handle all from A to Z, it will be 5% of the compensation.
Is the government going to make any contribution that will be meaningful to the repair of the island?
The French government? No, in fact, Bruno Macron, our president, rejected any help from France. He said that we cannot have a special status inside the French Republic, and at the same time request and help when we have a problem. And somewhere he's right, because he absolutely wants to preserve the special status of Saint Barth. And he knows that probably if the government help, in a second period of time they will say, oh, in fact, you should be normalized inside the French Republic, and you should pay taxes like in France or in Guadeloupe.
What about Abramovich? I heard that he's supposed to want to help at the moment.
I don't know. I don't know, I cannot tell you.
Ready to help as much as possible.
Yeah, of course. I think that there's a lot of people who wants to help. And this is the other aspect that we have to discuss about Irma. Is, in fact, what we could do all together, how we structure the help to Saint-Barth through a foundation or to a coordination, something, in order to respond to the will of people to help Saint-Barth. Because since I'm here for 4 days, I listen to the people, and they all say we want to do something, but we don't know how we can do it. So I think that we need to do something, of course, but structure in order to respond to concrete needs.
If they want to help, they have to come back quickly to clean Saint-Barth. By boat, they rent a yacht, everything. They have to spend the money in the tea, in the restaurants. They have to come back in Saint-Barth. That's the way.
Yeah, so Carol, please come, if you can. So everybody knows Carol. I don't need to introduce Carol to anybody. But Carol wanted to say some words about the future of the island.
Yeah, the future of the island is now. And Saint-Barth is, the people of Saint-Barth are very strong. And when something happens in your life, you have to take care from yourself, everybody. And because, like he says, the president, okay, if somebody gives you help, but it's for something, nobody gives you something for nothing. Okay? So that's why for the mentality of Saint-Barth, everybody knows that, everybody is doing, and we have the solidarity between us, but we know the thing. And Saint-Barth, like he say, is not like Saint-Martin or Tortola and everything. Saint-Barth is strong. All the habitation, most of the habitation, like Gustavia, they are here. They are okay. Some of the habitation, like in wood, not who used to be before, no. But most of the Saint-Barth is okay. It's startup. It's really just the business on the beach. On the beach, on the mountains, some of the business of hotel and restaurant, but before Eden Rock, before Ile de France, before all these hotels, they don't exist, but Saint-Barth exists. Everybody have a house, everybody come by boat, yacht, or house, and we didn't have before a lot of hotels like that, So it's not because all the big hotels don't open that Saint-Barth is not going to live. Saint-Barth is going to live, and quickly, and you cannot imagine how she will come back.
How quick?
And because also, all the people, the real people from Saint-Barth, they always say that before, we prefer Saint-Barth 30 years before, when there is not a lot of car, not a lot of big hotel, So we are going to also to discover our real Saint-Barth again, and I'm sure that we will be very surprised of what is going to happening in Saint-Barth in 1 month, 1 month and a half. I'm sure that already people will come back for Thanksgiving. And it will be the way, because as soon as I'm going to come back to Saint-Barth, I will make a recensement of all the restaurants who can open quickly, and the house who can be rent, and there is boutique who will be open. There is restaurant who will be open in Saint-Barth. We have the post office who will be open. The hospital is open, everything will be open, in Saint-Barth, except some hotel, but it's not the park. The park of house is bigger than the hotel. So for me, I'm not afraid for my season. I'm not afraid for the future of Saint-Barth.
It's more about the media that talks about Saint-Barth and shows like images
Yeah, but-
that are so bad. So it's more like a
Yeah,
PR that
but
Saint-Barth
we are going
needed
to tell him. Now we have the shop. Okay, we just okay, and now we are going to make the marketing and to explain, but with the proof. I would say, okay, these people. I'm going to make the recensement and say, okay, there is I don't know, 15 or 20 or 30 restaurants is going to be open. There is I don't know, 200 or 500 villa who can take care of you. There is the yacht. Okay, well, most of the people also in New York they rent a yacht, but the park of house is big in Saint-Barth. You cannot imagine. And you know what? The most of my guests already there is now 7 people is already built, already start to clean and to build the house. So don't think Saint-Barth is really not finished. We are very lucky from Saint Martin and the other because we have electricity already. You know, me in my restaurant at the T Saint-Barth, we have electricity today. I am in Pointe-Milou and we have electricity. I have electricity also in my office in Saint-Jean. Gustavia have all electricity. Colombier have electricity. Can you imagine? We just finished to wait José 3 days ago, and already we have electricity. So you know, for me, it's not a problem. If everybody wants, and also I think that all the owner of a house have assurance, and I think that everybody can already start to bid, you know, before the assurance can pay. But in France, the assurance pay very very fast. So I don't think we are very lucky by the other
Do you
one.
expect to be open for Thanksgiving?
Of course.
Were there any restaurants or any
Yeah.
hotels that weren't major damage?
Sorry.
Were there any restaurants or hotels that weren't significantly damaged?
Yes, some of them have damage, but not damage. As soon as you have the structure, all the rest is material, is wood. We need what is going to be the problem. Maybe is the artisan to build, because we will need. Everybody is going to need artisan. Everybody, so it will be the one who is going to pay maybe more or quickly or.
So the price will go up.
So it's to bring people. It's just to be intelligent is to bring to tell people to come to somebody who can build, who can. This is artisan. Voilà.
But the problem to bring people is to house them, and this will be the logistic issue of the next month.
Yeah.
Of course.
Can people work in St. Bart's without work permits if they come from other countries?
It's really not difficult to have a work permit to work in St. Barth.
When they are European, they can immediately. They don't need any authorization.
Yeah. But American people, we need maybe as soon as we don't take it's easy if you come to help, and because we need, they will give you easily, for sure.
What about materials? Are they easy to get?
Materials doesn't look like being an issue for the next months because the airport is already open.
Yeah.
Will open in 2 days.
And
The port is still open,
It's already
and
open.
we have importers, so
Okay, thank you.
there is no issue for this.
Are the roads okay?
The roads are open now. They are clean and open. Yeah, you can go everywhere.
So the problem of estimating the damage.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have any contractors to give a firm bid to repair.
Yeah.
So you're relying completely on your own experts.
Yeah.
So the 2 experts I think you said you have, what is their background and qualification? Are they going to be able to, you know, stand up and fight against the insurance companies and have the proper credentials to deal with that?
Okay. In fact, the experts we want to use are counter experts of insurance companies, and so they never work for insurance companies. This is what is the key issue to avoid any conflict of interest. Okay, it will be impossible to have estimates from contractors in a so short period of time. So it's the only way we found in order to have something to oppose to the insurance experts.
And are these people that are on the island now, or are you bringing them in to do this? Your experts, are they?
Yeah, they will come to the island, yeah. Well, yeah. Some of them are already in the island.
So you need to file a claim without all the
Yeah.
information.
Yeah. So I think it's very much it depends, of course, of the amount of your damages. If it's 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 euros, it's no way to spend money for these kind of things, you know. But most of the damage I saw in Saint-Barth before leaving will lead to hundreds of thousands euros for each case. So I think it's really valuable.
So if you file a claim by the 19th, which is Tuesday,
Yeah.
can you amend it then when you find out more information?
Yes, of course. In fact, we have a specific letter which expresses a claim under all reserves. Yeah. In order to be able to amend it.
What things other than the actual repair costs are includable in claims?
It depends on your contract. For some of our clients, we have a loss of income included in the contract. But most of the people, they don't subscribe it because it's expensive. But that way, the people who are going to lose this year, they will be compensated.
In this country, when you have a claim, you get an adjuster very often to help you. Is there such a mechanism in St. Bart's or in France?
Who help you?
But you get somebody who's an experienced negotiator to help you with.
Yeah, of course, it's what I told you.
I see. Those
Yeah.
are the experts you're speaking.
Yeah, it's the one I call the counter expert. You know, because if you go and see any expert, you will have a conflict of interest. And mostly in Guadeloupe, most of the experts, they have conflicts of interest. I can tell you this because I have 30 years practice and 12 years in St. Barth. So I noticed that unfortunately, in a lot of cases, there were a conflict of interest. So what we want to do is to bring to St. Barth experts who never work for insurance companies.
But I tell you, because I just made my claim, is that you make a basic claim. You just say roof, flooring, walls, window, and then after you go with all your receipts that what you built, and then we look at the quality, if it's, you know, what kind of standard you've already built, and then they do it accordingly. In the past, I've had already hurricanes, and I can tell you that your house will probably look better than it did.
This is very positive. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you.
Yeah, you have to make your claim now, but just put the basic, like flooring, roof if you've lost your roof, window, and then after you go into detail with your adjuster.
Yeah. So in fact, to file your claim, we need a copy of your insurance policy. Of course, we need some photos. So if you have a villa manager, ask him to make some photos. And also we need, let's say, a description of the damages under reserve. Because of course, for people who are not in the island today, it's impossible to know exactly the extent of the damages. Yeah. And you have all kind of damage which will appear later, like mold, etc. So it's going to be just, let's say, the recording of the claim under reserve of new description, new further description.
Is the landscaping included?
No, the landscaping is never included because it's not damaged. It keeps its value. You can always sell your land.
You should see our landscape.
Yeah, yeah.
No, like the trees are all down.
Trees.
Ah, the
Yeah.
trees, etc. Yeah.
Yeah.
So your landscape, you mean the vegetation that you planted? Yes, yes. It depends on your contract.
You mean you mean just land?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, not land.
No, not land.
Land.
Okay.
Vegetation.
No, because I had somebody who asked me whether it will be, let's say, paid of its land like an expropriation. No, it doesn't exist.
And when you take a counter expert, does it stay in the 3 months time when you get the answer?
Yeah,
So it
yeah,
stays the same.
yeah. But it belongs to you to react quickly, you know, to don't miss the meetings with the expert, etc.
And why did we receive a letter from an email from the collectivity regretting that we could file our claim until October 5?
Yeah, but this is naive, you know. This is naive because the law says that you have 10 days to file your claim. And in case of force majeure, this period of time is extended, which opens a door of a debate in case of litigation. Okay. Henry, see you soon.
See you there.
Okay, see you there. Yeah, for Thanksgiving, I hope.
So I don't know what the insurance is. This is the page.
What if you already filed a claim with the insurance company, but you would like to work with you? Can you file?
At any moment, we can represent the
You can
claim.
amend it wherever.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah.
Excuse me. So it's like all my documentation is like sitting down there. My real estate company doesn't have. I can't get a hold of anyone.
Yeah.
Still, that the company's Allianz and the corporate entity.
Yeah.
Is that sufficient
You mean?
to give you to file?
Yeah, to give us a file. Yeah, of course, a set of documents, and we work with this.
Sorry.
Yeah, the set of documents. It means the receipt of your payment and your contract.
With the insurance company.
Yeah.
No, I would say I don't even have access to that right now for the 19th.
Okay.
Can I?
A policy number we need.
You have to have that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
Or if not, we have to reach Saint-Barth Assurance and ask them the policy number.
Could you do that? Like,
Yeah,
so
we
say,
can
okay,
do that.
This is the name of the corporate entity that owns the villa, and this is like Allianz, the insurance company.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course. Okay. What you have to know is that insurance companies, when they know that you are ready to litigate, they increase the amount of their proposals. So it means that in fact our fees doesn't cost you anything at the end, because when you are represented by a lawyer, automatically they must be reasonable in their proposals.
And you say you charge 5%.
5%, yeah. Yeah.
How long are you in New York? When do you go back?
I will go back on Saturday or Sunday.
And you'll provide all your...
Yeah, okay, of course. We have a website, so what we want to do is to put online for your friends maximum of documentation on our website. So this is our website. Sorry. Yeah, egalawfirm.com, okay? So in this part, we will upload different documents in order to make the things easy for everybody.
Do you have a card too? Or person?
Yes, I have cards. I will give it to you. Do you have any further question?
If we want to help Saint-Barth,
This is the second aspect I was going to talk to you. So this is an open debate, in fact. I listen to you. It means that what I would like to know in this room is who wants to do something and how he thinks he can help Saint-Barth. He or she thinks can help Saint-Barth.
yeah, I would like to help, but I think we need a foundation for helping Saint-Barth regarding to the law of US.
Okay.
I'm doing French here, and normally I always give back with my clothes to charity foundation. But we need a legal association here to represent us for the American people when they give back, that they can be tax-free here in the US.
I understand.
So can you help us to do something?
Of course, what we need to do to know is who wants to be involved in this, because it's a responsibility of money of third parties, of course, and secondly, it's time consuming. So.
But right now, for example, there is a lot on Facebook of things where you can give money, and we don't know where it's going.
Yeah, and I think, do we even have a good grasp as to what is needed? Because I asked a few friends who are involved and who are there, and who said right now the more urgent need is not food, water, everything is obviously starting to reopen and whatnot, but people who lost their homes, who lost everything, need things like clothing or a roof. So a roof, obviously, very hard to lose in New York, but clothing seems to be the immediate need I first, but it's very hard for me to get an understanding of what's needed.
Okay, what I think is that we need to have a foundation. We need to have a foundation, because to tell to people send books of this or send computers for the kids, etc., is too complicated. It has to be a foundation which makes everything corresponding to the needs expressed by the people in Saint Barth, the schools and the library and the people who lost everything. So what I suggest is that we take a white sheet and we write on it the name of the persons who are interested in being involved in this foundation. And it's going to be a good start. Then we will communicate with people who told us that they want to help and to fund this foundation, and we will see where we go.
Your office was okay?
My office is okay, yeah. Yeah, I was very lucky. In fact, it's my third hurricane, so I'm a bit trained, you know.
So can you do all this online then?
Yeah.
Paperwork?
Okay.
So
This.
if you're going back and we are frantically filling out these papers,
Okay.
do it online.
This marvelous persons with who I work in New York who prepared this forum. They are working on a kind of form you can file on internet directly on our website, which will engender for us immediately a draft of letter that will be the base to be finalized to record it on time. Okay, and we hope it's going to be ready for tomorrow. But when it's done, we made a special mailbox for our clients to communicate regarding this crisis. And the mailbox, all our mailbox are in agalawfirm.com, and this one is Irma, like the name of the hurricane, at agalawfirm.com. Okay? And this, in fact, your email will go directly to all the lawyers involved in the treatment of the insurance claims.
Okay, so it's 10,000 euros plus 5%?
No, the 10,000 are included in the 5%.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that's just worded differently? Because it says 10,000 and it says in addition, the fee is agreed at 5%.
I just received it from my team before,
Okay,
and
so maybe this is not.
yeah, no, this is not. It's included. It's included. It's just an advance. It's a retainer, okay? Because we cannot work 6 months as well. We will focus on this, so we cannot work 6 months without any fee.
Okay, but it's just 5%.
Yeah, it's 5%. The budget.
I have a question for the business. When we have rental to pay for the landlord,
Yeah.
for example, for us we have stores, and that we can't reopen for the moment for our business, do we still have to pay the rent?
Unfortunately, yes.
And what about employees? We still have to pay all the employees who are
Okay.
contracted?
So you can lay them off under the regime of chômage technique ou licenciement économique if you won't reopen. Yeah, most of the hotels. Yeah.
And we don't have to
Almost immediately they made it.
Are the landlords from Saint-Barth will be agree, for example, to let us like time that we reduce to after pay, or we will lose the lease if we don't pay? Huh?
I don't know. It will depend on your landlord, you know. There is no two landlords the same. So
The question is the business, if the insurance will pay for business costs.
it depends on your contract. Because yeah. Yeah, the business loss is very expensive to be insured. So most of the people said don't take it because of this.
I read somewhere, I think that, I don't know if it was the president, or it was Macron, or saying that with respect to locals, that even if they didn't have insurance, they were going to help them.
Yeah, but you know, it's a promise of politicians. You know, they come with the journalists, etc. They have to say a lot of.
I imagine a lot of the locals probably didn't have insurance, and they may not have, you know, the most sturdiest homes either.
Probably yes, right. So, let's say, the bigger will be our help, and the quicker will be the recovery of Saint-Barth, of course. Because these people, they are very brave, and they are ready to do whatever is necessary to recover very quickly. But I think that in the next months, they will need help from outside.
Won't they be suffering now that less people will come? I mean, I can't imagine the tourist season will be strong. And so there are a lot of people that are not going to make the same amount of money. And it's not going to create some hardship for people down there. They're not going to make...
Difficult to know what is going to happen. Since I arrived in New York, everybody tells me that they want to be back for Christmas. Or, and
sure, it'd be nice to be back.
that would be a very nice sign.
It's a lot of construction before...
Yeah, it's a lot of construction, yeah.
That's not likely.
Let's say
You might
that,
have to buy a tent.
yeah, mobile homes.
When do you think we'll know like all the villas that will be available to rent and these kind of things?
Carole a dit qu'elle faisait un recensement. Je suis intéressée par ce qu'elle a dit tout à l'heure.
Yeah, Carol wants to make a list of what is available, but you know, she will need to have the collaboration of all the brokers of the yeah, Saint-Barth. It's going to take time to visit all the villas and to know if they are really open for rentals. Yeah. But most of the owners, they have a villa manager. So with a villa manager, things are quicker. You know, they don't need to wait to be back to Saint-Barth to clean the house and to fix what is wrong. So the main issue will be the fight to find a contractor available for you. I was said that they want to suspend the building permits which were issued in order to have the contractors focus on the renovation instead of building new villas. We'll see.
Oh, and for new construction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Makes sense. And I can tell you this with a kind of sadness because I just started to build my
Where?
in Gustavia, behind the hospital, just behind, on the sea.
There's no way to bring French artisans to Saint-Barth and
Yeah, but the difficulty will be to house them.
lodging next to the stadium, for example. Like,
Yeah,
you can put them here, no?
yeah, but it's small, huh? We need hundreds of people, so yeah.
It's not a lot.
No, it's not a lot. So do you want us to take a white sheet and to write the names of and the contact information of people who wants to be involved in a foundation? We can do that? Emily, can you find a sheet of paper with a pen, please? You have? Okay.
So yes, you can just, I email you or something. This is my villa. This is the corporate entity. This is the insurance company, Allianz.
Yeah.
You could find the information in terms of policy number.
Yeah, of course.
You could do that?
Yeah,
okay.
we can do that. Okay.
Right now, I can't even get a hold of my agent down there. There's no communication.
Yeah, of course. And probably your contract is inside the house.
Yeah.
It's what happens most of the time, you know?
He handles everything.
Yeah.
He has, he's obviously swamped.
Yeah.
Try to fix this on house.
Yeah.
You will have some little cocktail things coming. White wine, red wine, rosé, to remain French like in Saint-Barth. And telephone and email, yeah. Email is the most practiced. But if we have a mistake on the email, of if the writing is not very clear, it's better to have a second way to contact. So I would like to say some words about this place, which is just open for 2 months. And I wanted to publicly thank Philippe Bondon, the owner, who accepted to make this despite a very busy schedule, because as you may know, it's a United Nations meeting and also the Fashion Week. So there is another cocktail at 7:30 here. But despite this, he accepted to have us here because he feels very concerned about Saint-Barth. He spent 10 years in Saint-Barth before. He runs the yacht club, with Carol. So we are like in family here. Yeah. Do you know people who want to help?
Yes.
Okay, what kind of help?
But people, that's the thing, people right now are donating to crowdfunding, whatever, startups that people are starting on Facebook or whatever, and no one knows where the money is going. And I think part of the reason is because no one really understands what is needed. And that's, I think, where we need to
understand. Yeah, of course.
So it may be someone of the collectivité.
What's needed is generators, but they're not long term. So do you really want to put the money to go into a generator now when it might not be long term? So now we're also buying chainsaws to just start cleaning. But then you need the worker to take the tape. But it's true, if we just had more organization. And
I heard Stelios did the foundation. I just heard now. Do you know about that foundation?
Which one? What is it?
Stelios has done a foundation. I don't know about it. I just learned now.
I don't know.
For Saint-Barth or just in general?
Pour Saint-Barth, Stelios, il a fait une fondation.
That's nice. He has a lot of contact in Monaco, etc. And it could be very useful, of course.
He has 23 homes there now, huh? There's 23 Stelios.
Okay.
23, so it's for his best interest to
Rebuild.
I think getting money is not, I hate to say it, but getting money I don't think is the most complicated part of this.
Yeah, it's
I think
to...
the island attracts a certain clientele that cares enough about the island that they're willing to contribute to help, but I think it's putting structure around it that is going to be complicated.
Yeah. I think that if we can bring, an example, temporary housing, like mobile homes or these kind of things for people who lost everything, I think it could be something very useful, We rent them for...
That's where I think you need a partner at the collectivité who can help you with all of that.
Yeah.
And facilitating.
I think, also like if you're asking workers to come, they still have to pay rent. So even if they find a place, so like this kind of money could go to workers' rent.
Yeah. Funding the housing. It's a very good idea.
Okay.
We have the same money coming in, but
Yeah, exactly.
your name? Your name?
Emmanuel Jacques.
The food is for.
Oh, your name's Emmanuel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought it was 3 last.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We are mainly focusing, in fact, generally on investment in Saint-Barth. And also abroad, we advise people investing in Geneva, in Saint-Tropez, in Courchevel, in these kind of famous places.
But you're from France or from Saint-Barth?
I'm from France, yeah. I practiced 17 years in Paris before going to Saint-Barth, yeah.
When did you go?
I'm in Saint-Barth for 12 years now, yeah.
I hope it...
Is your office in St. Barth?
Yeah, in the center of Gustavia. See, above Laurent Eiffel.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, by the 120 Lino or 110 Lino, the tobacco store?
Yes, in that area. In that area.
And it's okay? That street was okay?
That street is perfect. If you want to barricade yourself against any hurricane, it's the best place to be. Yeah, because there is no front wind. Yeah. There is the street is very narrow, and you have a building in front of you, and you face the other building, so it's difficult for the wind to hit. Really.
But so in front, you know, the cafe, there's Doubly, and then there's the other one.
The Select. The Select.
You know, there's the restaurant Entrust.
Yeah.
So how is that? Is it pretty bad? In front there?
Yeah, where they prepare the burgers, it's demolished.
So like, oh really?
Yeah, yeah. But it's nothing to rebuild.
Yeah, there's nothing to rebuild. Yeah, that's true.
So for helping, what are the next steps? You're taking everyone's emails and phone numbers, the people who want to help, and then you'll reach out and you'll try to organize
Exactly.
a meeting, or
We're going to try to, let's say, structure this around foundation. To have a foundation, we need to have founders, you know, people who agree to take responsibility, and we need an address to record it. And I will use one of my colleagues in New York in order to prepare the articles of this organization, and then we will record it, and that way people could deduct their donations to Saint-Barth from their taxes.
But the collectivity, they haven't done anything for the artisans to come to Saint-Barth? Or...
Absolutely. From what I heard, it's not scheduled.
Do you have like someone linked directly with the collectivity?
It's not in the common practice of the collectivity to interfere in economical things in general.
Does anybody know about the International Property Owners Association? Nobody belongs, just me.
I do, but
I do too, but it's not happening very much, but there's
So
a long
Melanie's-
mailing list there.
Mel is still.
And I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in helping.
I'll follow up with her.
I didn't even know there was such a thing.
There is such a thing, and they should definitely be involved with something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is an association of property owners, yeah.
Just like meetings every month
During the high
time
season.
when people are
Yeah,
around.
during the high season.
But it's not for Christmas and not, whenever we're down, there's no meeting. We are not down.
So we booked a little table at the restaurant here for those who want to extend this meeting after this cocktail. So the page is circulating. Everybody's mentioning his name, and or it's stuck somewhere. Where is the paper?
My email is my name. And it's,
Lisa? The paper is with you? Ah, okay. Fine. Okay. What else do you want to know, and what do you want to discuss?
when's everyone going back?
I have a slightly dumb but practical question.
Yeah.
our cars are completely destroyed, then all the rental cars get destroyed also, or
Yeah.
is it possible? So if I come to St. Bart's, it's gonna be difficult. We have find a car.
Because I met
Okay, I have an
somebody.
extra car. But is it hard for people to rent cars on the island?
A lot of cars have been damaged. It's true.
No, but there is still a lot of cars that are available. Right now it's a low season, so you can rent
And
cars.
there's also all of the Irma staff who left within 2 days, their cars are left there.
I have a lot of photos. In 3 days, I spent all my time shooting everywhere to have an idea, precise sizes of everything. So, but I couldn't put all these photos on a presentation because it would be too heavy. But if you want, I can send you pictures and for you to understand exactly where we are. We had a lot of cars.
But the island got evacuated, so a lot of people left already?
Yes, a lot of people left.
Because I heard crazy numbers.
There were people shocked. Huh? I have evacuated my family 2 days after because it was extremely tough to live this. First, it started with a kind of rumble. You are in the darkness. There's no electricity, no water, nothing, and it starts with a rumble. Your shutters are down. You don't see anything. Then you hear explosions everywhere around you. You hear noises of things which you imagine to be an explosion. Sometimes underneath the doors you see extraordinary flashes. You hear rains, and after when the winds becomes extremely strong, you have all the windows trembling and you think that they're going to explode. And there's a lot of people who had the windows exploded. So what I did with my family is that I put everybody in a bedroom. Then after the eye of the hurricane, the winds went south instead of facing my building, whereas the shutters. And then the rain came with the south winds strongly, starting to pass underneath the doors and the windows. So we had to sponge all the time the water, and at the same time we thought that the door will not resist and it was going to explode like the rest. So at the end we end the night in the bathroom. We were all in the bathroom to try to pass the time, and it was the safer place, the sole safe place of the house. So when you suffer this, after you have a kind of a trauma. Especially with the kids, etc., they need to escape. So after the hurricane, you have no electricity to take away the shutters. You are in the darkness. You spend all your days with the lamp torch. There is no water, so it's extremely hard. And if you don't have, if you had not time to make your shopping before the hurricane, you have nothing to drink, nothing to eat. And to cook, it's almost impossible because there is no electricity. So imagine for the kids, and especially the small kids, it's very tough.
That's why the old house was better actually, because you had the wood shutters and the gas from the...
Yeah. Yeah, but when you arrive at the last moment, I arrived just 2 days before. There was nothing to buy. You couldn't buy any gas system to heat during the hurricane. Yeah.
Wait, so do you know how many people left the island, roughly, or no?
How many left? I don't know exactly. I don't know. I guess probably, let's say, 600, 800 people. It means that... So there were 2 ways to escape. To Guadeloupe, with the French government, there was one plane going back and forth to Guadeloupe, which was about, let's say, 6 flights a day for 15 persons or 20%, so you can imagine it's not a lot. And you had also to Puerto Rico with trade wind. So that was all, But once you arrive in Guadeloupe, there was no seats on the the Air France flights or Air Caribe, etc. So you had to wait to have a seat on the next days, on the flight. So by Puerto Rico, it was much easier.
And what were you saying with the water? Like you're saying most places have electricity?
Yeah, most places have electricity now.
Not just Gustavia, but everywhere?
Not everywhere, but in main areas. You know, it depends whether the transformers of EDF has been damaged or not.
But water?
Water is just in Gustavia for the moment. Yeah.
Any concept of how long it's going to take?
Probably 3 weeks more, 4 weeks more.
So you think within a month?
Within a month, life should be back to normal. You know, not a very happy life like it was, but a normal life. Yeah.
So the process would be if we used your firm, then coordinate with whoever the property manager is down there to work with you in terms.
Yeah, exactly.
In terms of description,
yeah,
documentation, pictures.
Yeah, we will go and see, take pictures, make a descriptions, etc., and meet the expert, of course.
So you would do the description?
Yeah.
That's good.
But you know, the thing is, the wording isn't clear, but I'll take your word for it. The wording
Of the contract? Yeah.
That the 10,000 is a retainer.
Yeah, you can change it. You can change it. Don't worry. In fact, we prepare all this, you know, in a very short period of time. So you can imagine we made all this in 2 days. So. Yeah. Anything else? So thank you to all of you to have come to this meeting. Okay, and it was a great pleasure to be with you. And I hope next time it will be in Saint Barth, and we stay in touch with all the contact information that I have. Thank you very much.